Hello, this video is about our next song, theme from Symphony No.1, and you will see this song is pretty challenging your keyboard skill wise and also in terms of what we've learned so far on the handouts. Yeah, this song packs the stuff we've been learning so far, so it's a really good review song to work on. So let's look at this. So what do you have to be careful first? I'm sorry, it's very windy up here, but yeah, make sure you're sitting in front of the middle key. Okay, so let's see. My middle key is here. I'm sorry, middle C marked with the blue sticky. Okay, then let's go step by step. So every time you learn a song, you're learning two things, right? The rhythm and notes. So it doesn't really matter what you learn first, what you take care of first, but let's do the rhythm, the meter. Meter is the big picture. Meter for this song is 4/4. What does that mean? What does the top 4 mean? And what does the bottom 4 mean? The top number tells you how many beats per measure. Remember what a measure is? Measure is these square rectangular units. So now 4 beats per measure, and the bottom number tells you the quality, the length of the beat. 4 stands for a quarter note. So per measure, you should have 4 quarter notes in its simplest form, but unfortunately in our song today there's no straightforward 4 quarter notes per measure. There's no measure like that, but you make sure the math adds up. So by big picture, by the meter being our big picture, I meant that, can you guess what I meant? I think that's what we've been doing up to now every time we started a song. Yeah, as soon as you see 4/4, you can expect the song to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, as opposed to 3/4. 3/4 would go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it might feel like an abstract, minuscule difference in when you just went 1, 2, 3, 4 versus 1, 2, 3. But remember how differently Good King Wenceslas versus Oh How Lovely Is the Evening felt. I think you know what I mean. So 4/4. Okay, and then you read the notes. I'll come back to the details of the rhythm in a bit, but about your notes, you guys are getting better each week, I can tell. But this note, first of all, look at the clefs, treble clef versus bass clef. What note is this? This is the middle C, right? Yeah, please remember, the middle C, it appears very different on the bass clef versus treble clef. Do we see any, yeah, this time we don't see any middle C written for the upper part, but this is the middle C. There is only one middle C on the keyboard. So some of you are still doing something like the middle C for the right hand is here, but the middle C for the left hand is down here. This one. Can you see? Okay. Let me, yeah. Okay, so this is a C, right? This is a C. This is the middle C. For treble clef, bass clef, it doesn't matter where it makes an appearance. Okay, so this song, so you can tell right off the bat that your left hand is very, very close to your right hand. But this one does not ask you to overlap both hands, so that's good news, right? So I'll leave it up to you to read the notes. About the rhythm, yeah, so you should be counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 even before you get started, but this measure, the first measure, is incomplete. That's why they mark it for you with 4. So this beat comes in, this note, I'm sorry, comes in on beat 4, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, like that. I don't want to give away the notes too much, so I'm just gonna guide you through If you don't know what these signs are, look at the handout from our first week. Okay, in August 26 folder, I have the handout, keyboard and musical notation. That should have pretty much everything you need to know in terms of reading notes. So you make sure what they are. In short, they are rest signs. That means you don't have to play anything, so that's a good thing, right? Okay, so here, for example, you play the middle C, but you have 2 beats rest plus 1 beat rest. Yeah, but remember, you are reading 2 lines together. Okay, so just because your right hand is resting, you see the rest signs belong to a specific staff. A staff is a set of 5 lines. So these rest signs only apply to the upper staff. That means as you read the both staves together, your left hand starts and then you go directly like that. Okay, so the motion is like this. And then when you get here, your right hand gets to rest but not the left hand. You see? So let me show you the motion. So you start just the left hand because the right hand has a whole bunch of rests, and then your left hand gets to rest but not the right hand, you see? And then your right hand is resting, but your left hand needs to come in right away. Why? Because this falls on the 4th beat. How do you know this should fall on the 4th beat of 1, 2, 3, 4? Because this is a half rest, 2 beats. This is a quarter rest, 3rd beat. That's why. Okay. So, and then what is this dot again? All these questions can be answered if you look at the keyboard and musical notation handout. So I don't want to give away too much. And here, these are 8th notes. 8th notes are twice as fast as a quarter notes, so I want to hear that accurately. So I'm not going to play on the correct notes, but if this is your quarter note, your 8th notes are, yeah, make sure they are even. Especially at the beginning, it's normal that it's a little difficult to handle, but a lot of people would go, yeah, any note, if they have the same name, like a quarter note, 8th note, they should sound the same. You hear short, long pattern, right? So that means you're not doing it right. If you're doing it correctly, there shouldn't be no long 8th note versus short 8th note. So yeah, how fast you should play your 8th notes depends on how fast your quarter note is. So if this is your quarter note, this is your 8th note. If this is your quarter note already, then your 8th notes have to go faster accordingly. Yeah, so make sure how you set up your 1, 2, 3, 4. One last thing. What does this mean? 2A. These are actually very convenient syllables. You can kind of say to yourself. So you start here, right? 1, 2, 3. I'm going to play the rhythm correctly on a wrong note. So look at the music as I play this. I'm starting from the beginning. 1, 2, 3. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Like that. So to end is the second 8th note. Yeah. You understand why the D cannot get a full number, right? Because that D is part of the unit of 1 quarter note. So that's why you go 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4, like that. So that 2 and what I called end are 2 8th notes that amount to the second quarter note of the measure. So it's getting a little complicated, especially putting words, but I'm going to play just the first system, this part, okay, on a wrong pitch and just using my left hand. So don't look at what I'm doing in terms of where to play or what hand to use. Just listen to look at what I'm doing just in terms of the rhythm. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. This is a challenging song, so I don't expect perfect from you, but I want you to show me the understanding of where the middle C is for your left hand, right hand, and also, yeah, just do your best showing me the difference among your half note, quarter note, and eighth note. Okay, thank you guys.